Hello, Snackers. This is Kareem Iskander. I'm a lead technical advocate with Cisco Learning and Certifications.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt DeNapoli. I'm a manager of developer advocacy with Cisco Developer Relations.
Welcome to episode 100 of Snack Minute. 100, Matt.
I know. Snack Minute is your weekly bite of coding, learning, and just some cool stuff we want you to know.
And the cool thing that we're going to talk to you about is our 100th episode. We're here in Austin together, Matt.
Yeah.
And we started this when?
November 2020 was the first time we released our first episode.
That's crazy.
Yeah, really exciting. We figured we'd wear sunglasses to match our pictures here. So welcome to that. So Kareem, 100 episodes. We've learned a lot about tech. We've learned a lot about coding. We had a lot of cool guests on. We've done things live at Cisco Live, but this is kind of our first, in the studio.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, it was like the whole getting this whole idea together to begin with during a pandemic it was challenging on its own, right?
That's true.
If it wasn't for the folks behind the scenes that are supporting this, I don't think the show would have continued that far.
Yeah.
So we definitely saw a lot of challenges, but the more fun around this is trying to record these episodes. Although we try to do them in one shot, believe it or not, we mess up a lot. And so we wanted to kind of share with our snackers some of our funniest moments and bloopers and that we have. So enjoy that.
Yeah, let's take a look at those now.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt DeNapoli. I'm a manager of developer advocacy. Sarah, can we start again, please?
Hey snackers, this is Kareem Iskander. I'm a lead technical advocate with... Welcome to episode 94. Do you believe it? 94.
94?
Sorry, sure.
A real AP.
Yeah. Wait, you said Cisco DevNet?
Yeah, I've been saying it the whole day.
I'm sorry, I just realized it. Okay, let's do it again. Sorry.
Till someone tells me not to.
I thought you actually made a mistake. That's why I stopped.
Kareem needs that.
Shut up.
Kareem needs that. He's.
I passed my exam.
Not all of them.
That's true. DevNet Expert was hard.
I didn't take it, so I can't say.
So you can shut up then. What the hell?
Daylight savings time. I'm so tired.
We're kind of tired. It's been a while. You've been coming back every week, so we'll. I kid.
We should do a meet and greet. Do you think we're that popular?
No, I don't think so, dude. I don't think it would just be me and you, and maybe yeah, and they'll probably throw tomatoes at us.
Tomatoes. So what you're saying is these tutorials are like little snacks of content. You see what I did there? Did you get it? So clearly we have a lot of fun doing these Snack Minute episodes every week. And but the cool thing is we mentioned learning and getting to exposure to all this tech. Kareem, I have to ask you, what's been your favorite episode?
I have a lot. And to be fair, the whole show is my favorite. And so
easy answer.
but if I had to pick, I would definitely pick the one that we did for, I believe it was Create at the time, was for where we had our guest of honor, Quinn. He's been on the show for 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
He did his barbecue, connected barbecue.
Yeah, IoT barbecue.
Anything John Capobianco that does is always fun. Spend time with the kids, teaching them how to use APIs over the holidays.
Yeah, the Marvel APIs.
Yeah.
He did the baseball one.
He did the baseball one too.
That was awesome.
That was fun. What about you, Matt?
You know what? If I'm being honest, I really like the ones where it's just me and you. I know we don't do those as often anymore, but I remember in the early days, it was really cool to be able to like dive into the technologies. I mean, I know I talked about the Meraki APIs a lot. And I'm a developer advocate with the Cisco DevNet program, and I focus on Cisco Meraki that we can then tie into through APIs and build out all of these cool dashboards that we can push out to different levels of interest. So that's the really cool part about how the API itself is broken up and then how the documentation is built towards that API. But I remember one that we did where I showed you, or you showed me. I actually don't remember who did it, but the rich.
Oh, we both
library.
did it. We
Yeah,
both did
we
it.
both did one.
Different, yeah, we did. I think mine was I used the Python rich library for DNA Center, Cisco DNA Center APIs to basically onboard devices, and it was like printing out all these like site creation and stuff. Yeah,
I'm sure I did something similar.
Yeah, you did. You did with the Moroccan one.
Yeah, those are super fun, and hopefully we'll have a few of those in the future. Actually, why don't you guys take a look at some of the more interesting clips from some of those more memorable episodes?
What I'm doing here is actually I've taken my monitoring of my smoker and my barbecue to kind of the next level. I was dissatisfied with some of the built-in controls and probes on the unit that I have itself, and so I bought a third-party unit that has a cloud API. And just like every good developer, if there's an API out there, I'm going to use it.
And we can see we're getting stuff in Fahrenheit, which is very easy to kind of visualize and put together for those of us who live in the United States. Everywhere else, probably looks at us like, why are we using this system still? But it is what it is. The values don't change that drastically from minute to minute, but I'm really looking to show temperature values and change over the duration of the cook more so than like individual points in time.
Kareem, I have I'm going to start this off with a question. Have you used the Meraki APIs in the past?
I have, and I love the Meraki APIs.
They're pretty good, right? And we can run the API calls in the documentation, and that's the really cool part. So our API key is set up in our configuration, and this one that you're seeing here is actually tied into our DevNet sandbox environment. It's our always-on Meraki sandbox.
And we have a fun episode for you today.
Every episode's a fun episode. Don't go there.
Okay,
but
that's
this is
fair.
a
But this one is
particularly fun
this one
episode.
is extra fun, man. Happy?
I thought we would explore Marvel Comics API. Kids love superheroes of all ages. Maybe you could turn your children on to programming using their favorite superheroes. So he's the bald character that watches over the Marvel universe. And you guys know me from some of my other work. I'm a big fan of mind maps. And you can see he's done 506 comics. We can go to the details link, which takes you to his creator profile on Marvel Comics. And you can see all the comics he's done right from the API call.
And today we are going to be focusing on fun, actually. I know we always talk about stuff that's really serious around here.
I couldn't turn down this opportunity because I'm a really big fan of having fun, obviously, but fun with APIs. And what I believe is that you can have fun while you learn, and you can learn while you have fun. So all of the sprites from the game, the background, the base statistics, all of their attacks and the games, their abilities, all kinds of neat stuff.
So, Kareem, now that we're, at our 100th episode, we look back a little bit and, we talked about our favorite episodes and we just saw a few clips of those. Can you kind of talk about with the audience, interestingly enough, what the challenges have been for us, going through this last 2.5 years of putting on these videos, making sure that we have one every week. Can you dive into the interesting aspects of that?
Yeah, I mean, prepping for these episodes, if as much as we act like we know a lot of the technologies that we cover, we don't.
We do know the technologies.
I don't know anything. And so for me, having to prep for prior to the episodes to be able to have the intelligent conversation with our guests, around the technologies that they're
And
covering.
ask the right questions.
Ask the right questions, be able to follow the demos, ask the questions that you snackers might have while you're watching our episodes, anticipating that. All of that are a bit challenging without having, we talk to our guests, we say, hey, you want to join us? We think you have a cool video that we want to expose to our snackers, or a cool demo that we want to expose to our snackers. And then we take it from there. Like I do read about it and figure out what it is. And so that to me is a challenge. And also, I think the other thing for me is we record these episodes, believe it or not, in batches. So like,
Shh, don't tell them that's the secret
is that a
sauce.
secret? So yeah, we go change and then record. So that is challenging on its own, trying to find a different outfit.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy, yeah.
That's true.
What are some of your challenges?
I agree with you on the learning aspect, but the nice thing about that challenge is that it does force us to keep up on emerging trends. It helps us to understand, frankly, what's going on with Cisco's portfolio.
Right.
And it keeps us on our toes. I mean, we have day jobs. This isn't what we do all day long. It'd be awesome if it was, but it's not. And so it's really nice for us to be able to be exposed to these things that we might not actually have the time for always. So that's been awesome. It is a challenge, don't get me wrong, but it is also a fun thing. Just the coordination, coordinating the time, and frankly, being remote from each other. I mean, Kareem lives on the West Coast, I live on the East Coast-ish, and being able to coordinate with our production team and our wonderful production team, and being able to manage that time is that's a challenge in and of itself. But I think we've gotten on a really good motion with our guests and our ability to do this thing.
Well, after you do it for 100 episodes, it's kind
You would think that you'd get relatively
I still
good.
mess up on the intro. I don't understand how.
Everyone he reads from the thing every single time he watches Eyeline. So we look back, and now we got, let's hopefully 100 more episodes.
Yes.
I feel like we're in those sitcoms that run for 10 years. They usually do about 150 episodes.
And then
we're just hitting our stride.
Right.
We haven't jumped the shark yet.
Not yet.
At least I hope we haven't jumped the shark.
This would be what, season 4? If it was a sitcom?
Yeah, we'd be getting into end of season 4, maybe beginning of season 5.
Right.
So as we look forward to those next 100 episodes, hopefully fingers crossed, what are you expecting that we do?
That's a good question, Matt. I think one of the things that I'm looking in bringing, and we've seen a couple of these episodes, is a bit of a diversity. So we talk a lot about Cisco U, right? And Cisco U that covers a lot of the Cisco content, but it also goes to adjacent technologies. And I want to be able to expose some of that to our snackers. So, we've seen episodes from some of our guests and our, old colleagues and friends in AWS. I want to be able to bring content from third party that are relevant to Cisco and what we're trying to do, into our episodes. Maybe partner with Stuart or Duan to do something around that.
Yeah, I think that's exciting. I mean, we haven't really delved into people outside of Cisco as guests, and those ones that we do or that we have, they've been really fun. And again, it goes back to that exposure to new technologies and really how Cisco potentially integrates with other platforms and really pushes that driver forward. I mean, anyone who knows Cisco understands that we're nothing without our partners and engagements in that. And so it's really exciting to start to look outside our own sphere and have that opportunity to engage with our old friends in new places, right? Potentially reach out beyond that scope as well, and bring in some really interesting people from all walks of the tech life. And then, I really think one fantastic way we could move things forward in these next 100 episodes is start to see what we can do involving the community.
Yeah, I think that's another thing is it's about the snackers, right? Like, we get tweeted, we at events, people meet us and they're like, hey, we follow your show. So like one of the things that I think I read a tweet a couple weeks ago about somebody that was watching the playlist while they're renovating their bathroom. And so I think that's pretty cool. So what we want to do is we want to make a difference in what the snackers are after in their career or whatever it is they're trying to learn. And so I think it's, for me, I'd like to hear what our snackers want. And, I'd like to cover these topics and make a set of topics that are around the community and what their interests are.
Yeah, and I think the feedback has been either anecdotally or through the forums is that people like what we're doing. So thank you guys for all of your support. And, the stories that we get here and there from people that are like, this helped me get started in my automation and programmability career. I didn't know about APIs before this. What a great opportunity. Thank you for doing that. I mean, Kareem and I were in that bucket 5-6 years ago. And, because of the nature of our jobs, we were exposed to a lot of these cutting edge ideas around network automation and programmability. And that helped us, kind of set the foundation for this. It's been really exciting to be able to say, man, I didn't know this was going on. Everyone else is going to love this too. And so to help people with their journeys in education and growth, and especially in this space, is really exciting.
Yeah. And I think this is what keeps us going, definitely, for in our episodes here. Yeah.
So ultimately, I think for Kareem and I'll speak for Kareem in this instance, not usually, is thank you guys. Thank you for supporting us through 100 episodes, making it viable, making it something that is exciting for us to do every week. And thank you to our production team for making this look great and doing the awesome edits. Like we said earlier, we're not perfect. And so there's a lot that ends up on the cutting room floor.
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
Snackers, seriously, thank you for sticking with us, and this has been an awesome episode. So we'll see you on our next episode, 101.
Yeah, thank you, Snackers.